talk today about the tension that we can create by way of using certain scales against a particular chord. The chord we'll use today as an example is B-flat 7. We're going to use two scales. They're certainly not the only two scales you might think of in your efforts to create tension on that chord. There's a lot of other things you might do. These are just two. The first idea here that we see articulated is B-flat minor pentatonic scale. That's widely used. You see a dominant 7th chord, you play the blues on it, right? Play minor pentatonic on it. But within that scale, there exists a real rub, a real tension. And I think it's important for us to understand what chord is actually being created when the band is playing a B-flat 7. And in that B-flat 7, you have a D natural. And when the improviser plays a D flat, because that's what happens when you play a note from any scale and you play it over a chord, you either play within the chord or you play without the chord, meaning it's a note that's not in that chord. When you do that, you create a new chord in the air. In this particular instance, when we're playing the B flat minor pentatonic scale against a B flat 7, you get a very jarring sound. You get these two notes together. Which isn't the most pleasant, at least in the abstract. Here's what the chord you're making sounds like. It's a little prettier. It's a 7-sharp-9 chord. So when you play this note in the context of this scale against a B-flat 7, which is something you'll have plenty of opportunity to do, you're creating a new chord. And I think it's important for us to hear that color as we play that note. Right? That sound right there gets created. The C harmonic minor scale is very interesting because it's very inside sounding except for one note. That one note being the 7th degree, this B natural. You know, when I play a B natural against B flat 7, and that's what we're talking about, you do create a certain tension, this sound. But as an improviser, it's important to hear that before you play the note, to understand what the inclusion of this note does to the chord. In other words, what's the reason? Why am I playing this scale? What color am I creating by using it? The scale itself is pretty inside. You know, major 3rd, 9, the 4, right? So if I play a B flat 7 and put that E flat on top, as an improviser, I get this chord, which I think is a really interesting chord. My 5, 6, flat 7. There's the interesting tone right there. And we'll do some playing, some examples here, playing just to hear these different colors. But it's the point I'm trying to make is it's very important to hear why you're using these scales even before you actually play them on a given chord.